What's up, guys? Today on People Now, Britney Spears and boyfriend Sam Asghari make their first premiere appearance on the red carpet as a couple. We've got the pics.
We've got a lot of Bachelor Nation drama to discuss. We're breaking down last night's dramatic Men Tell All episode of Hannah's season with our panel and our Broadway star, Patti Murin.
And it's a Bachelor in Paradise bombshell. Demi Burnett is seen kissing and declaring her love for a woman in the teaser for the next season.
And Bachelor royalty JoJo Fletcher and Jordan Rodgers are teasing their fun new home renovation show, Cash Pad.
Plus, Veronica Mars is back and better than ever, and series star Jason Dohring is here with all the deets.
It's all today on People Now. Let's go. Pow, pow, pow.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to People Now. Mako is here for Jeremy today.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome.
Always excited
Loving
to be
the
here.
orange.
Thank you so much.
So bright
You look
always.
Beautiful as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, well, Monday night brought us an explosive Men Tell All episode of The Bachelorette, but the best part might have been when we got a new teaser for Bachelor in Paradise. So it is full of tears, makeouts, and of course, a lot of drama.
I'm here for the drama. Okay, so we want to know, who are you most excited to see in Paradise? Is it Demi? Is it Mike? Dean and his stash? Hannah G?
Anyone but Dean.
Anyone but Dean, okay. Maybe someone else? Well, vote right now in our People poll. Tweet us your answer with the hashtag PeopleNow.
Just kidding, maybe you like Dean. I'm just not a Dean fan. It's fine. All right, we'll check in on those results and break down all the drama from Monday night's Men Tell All in just a bit. But for now, here's the moment everyone is talking about from the Bachelor in Paradise promo. Watch.
I don't care who sees this. I know that I love this girl. I'm just so happy that I found her, and I can definitely picture being with her for the rest of my life.
Has Demi from Colton's season on The Bachelor found love in paradise? A sneak peek of the upcoming season of Bachelor in Paradise shows another season of hookups, breakups, and more crying than ever before. It was a lot of crying.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps the most OMG moment, though, was Demi's romance with a mystery woman.
Okay, so this moment definitely got tongues wagging. Demi looks to the camera.
Tongues wagging.
Tongues were wagging, y'all, right? Okay, so Demi looks to the camera and says, quote, she doesn't care who sees this, as she lies on top of a woman in bed and kisses her. Ooh, the drama. She later tells the camera that she loves this girl and can definitely picture being with her for the rest of my life.
Very
Ooh,
sweet.
Look at that. I'm here for it.
We got a sneak peek of all the Paradise drama after seeing Monday night's episode of The Bachelorette, where Luke once again refuses Hannah's elimination, returned to the rose ceremony with an engagement ring. At this point, it's like, just go, Luke.
I've never met
go.
anyone as stubborn as he is.
Yeah.
I've already broken up with you, and then you come up with an engagement ring?
Yeah, no.
Following that moment, Luke sat down in the hot seat with Chris Harrison, hoping to clarify everything. Now, it didn't help when he said things like he's on a rescue mission for Hannah, and that it's the man's responsibility to lead a woman. Never have I wanted to get to my TV and just smack it and just move it out of the way. I'm so annoyed about
that's
that.
not going to sit well with a lot of people.
Rescue a woman? What year is this? This is 2019. Okay, all right. I'm back. So Chris, I'm so mad. All right, so Chris told People that he gave Luke so many chances to redeem himself, to fix things, to fall on the sword, but he never really got there, I don't think.
Yeah, Luke attempted to apologize, but the men were not having it. Big Mike, a fan favorite, called Luke out, saying in part, I think that your future wife is going to be a prisoner with you if you don't know how to change.
I agree with that statement.
Connor S. cursed Luke out, calling him a manipulator and a liar. Luke apologized again, saying in part, I admit to being very immature through a lot of the process. It became about me because of my arrogance and my pride, and I'm working on those things. things. I really hope that you guys can forgive me.
If they're even willing to open up that door, right? All right, so guys, stay with us. We're breaking down Monday night's episode of The Bachelorette, The Men Tell All. Later on in the show, it was a heated 2 hours. You don't want to miss it.
All right, moving on to this. Britney Spears and her boyfriend Sam Asghari are stepping out in a new way. On Monday, Spears and Asghari made their first premiere appearance together on the red carpet for the new movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Spears wore a stunning red mini dress and Asghari wore a beige suit with a skinny black tie. They both posed happily for photos, even shared a few kisses in front of the camera.
I really love this moment. It's no surprise that these two are super close. We see a lot of their relationship documented on Instagram, but not usually for a high-profile event like this. Now, a source tells People that Britney is, quote, excited for the movie, which stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Margot Robbie. So you know the premiere was completely star-studded.
Oh, yeah, and Margot Robbie looked gorgeous in her white flowing long-sleeve dress. Her hair's pushed back. You can see her makeup, and she's such a stunner.
She is a stunner, but I love that purple eyeshadow. So pretty. So here you have the stars of the movie. We have my friends. Okay, well, then they're not really my friends. But we have Brad, we have Leo, Margot, and the director, Quentin Tarantino, posing together. The movie marks Tarantino's 9th film. It takes place in 1969 at the time of the Manson family murders.
Yeah, the premiere looked like a great time. Britney documented the special night on her Instagram with a photo of her and her love, captioning it, our first premiere. Love seeing them out together for this. She's been having some fun on Instagram lately. She's been documenting her and Asghari's summertime adventures. Just last week, she shared a video where she's having some fun in the sun, dancing poolside. She captioned the video, "What a fun summer," and tagged Asghari in it.
That's what summer's all about. So last month, they went on a romantic vacation in Miami and soaked up some sun there as well. It seems like Britney is having a blast, and Spears and Asghari started dating after meeting on the set of her 2016 Slumber Party music video. They made it Instagram official on New Year's Day in 2017.
And Asghari has been a strong supporter of Spears throughout her wellness treatment and her dad's illness. She's been through a lot, and so glad he's by her side. We wish these two all the best.
100%.
Keep the dancing videos coming. Yeah. All right, did someone say Christmas in July?
Yes.
It sure feels like it because Lifetime just announced their Christmas movie lineup, which features 28 original movies, breaking last year's record of 23.
I'm so excited for this. Okay, so for those of you out there who love a walk down memory lane, you're gonna go crazy for this. The movies feature beloved actors who starred in previously starred throwback shows like The One Tree Hill, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Sister Sister, and The Cosby Show. Hey, I'm so excited to just take a trip down nostalgia lane, right?
Yeah. All right, let's take a closer look at just a few of the movies. Christmas Reservations will star Melissa Joan Hart, aka Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Hart plays Holly, the event coordinator at a ski resort where her widowed college sweetheart shows up with his 2 kids. Sounds like a recipe for romance there.
Tia Mowry-Hardrict will star as an antique shop owner named Dodie in a very vintage Christmas after finding a hidden box with mementos about a timeless romance. Dodie works to deliver the box to its original owner and convinces a new tenant to help her on a quest. Love a good Christmas mystery.
One Tree Hill is having a mini reunion with Hillary Burton and Tyler Hilton joining forces for A Christmas Wish. The movie follows Burton's journey to find true love after her sister, played by Tyler Hilton's real-life wife, Megan Park, makes a special Christmas wish.
Sounds amazing. The Cosby Show's Keisha Knight Pulliam and Sister Sisters team Reed will star together in Radio Christmas. The movie follows Pulliam's character as she broadcasts her Philly-based radio show from the small town of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and as she works to get a promotion outside of her current small-town station, she discovers the meaning of family, community, love, and Christmas.
The It's a Wonderful Lifetime lineup officially kicks off October 25th. I can't wait. It's never too early to get into the holiday spirit. And the movies run through Christmas, December 25th on Lifetime. So excited.
Yeah. All right, stay with us, guys. We are breaking down all of the OMG moments from the Bachelorette's Men Tell All episode and that steamy Bachelor in Paradise sneak peek.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, we are joined live by Veronica Mars star Jason Dohring. We're talking all things the reboot, so stay tuned.
How do you make over 10 grand in profit on a $4,000 wooden hot tub? Well, for starters, just having one allows you to increase your nightly rate by 20 bucks. This thing is so cool.
This whole thing is so cool. And at a conservative 50% occupancy rate, 20 extra bucks a night will generate $15,000 over 4 years. So that is money well spent.
Yeah, cha-ching. Former Bachelorette stars JoJo Fletcher and Jordan Rodgers have a brand new home renovation show. They're partnering with homeowners to help turn their properties into one-of-a-kind, money-making short-term rentals.
I like the sound of that. And they're teaching us some stuff along the way, like how to handle your finances if you want to flip a property for profit.
Every decision you make will affect your property and how it affects your property positively or negatively. We have this little thing called the ROR, and it's like how you base a decision. Like if we put money into this, will it affect our rate? Will it affect our occupancy? Or will it affect our reviews? And so that's like sort of their general theme that you'll see throughout Cash Pets. So it's definitely a lot of learning too.
I think too, when you're thinking about the short-term rental market or Airbnbs, everyone's on their phone like looking through, right? When you're searching for a property, like what makes you go, whoa, that looks cool, right? So I think the design is really, really important. So we kind of pick areas in certain cities where maybe there's not a ton of competition, or maybe the rentals there aren't done as well. So we can really stand out in that market.
What about someone that's looking to rent their apartment out on the weekends for an Airbnb or something? Is that a good idea? What are the steps they could take?
Listen, I think if anyone,
Great idea.
It's great. It's a side hustle. Who doesn't like a little side hustle?
You could literally put a bedroom on Airbnb and invest zero money, and it'll rent out. Now,
I think the things that you need to do to make it successful so that you actually get people coming in there, like Jordan said, the most important thing is going to be your photos. There's so many bad photos out there. People take them on their iPhones.
Yeah.
If you just spend a little extra money and get nice photos taken of your space, have it decorated nicely, make sure it's a little cohesive, not just some random garage sale finds, and just put a little extra attention into the design
and then it's the
market
little things that you don't think about, like reviews obviously affect restaurants, they affect short-term rentals. If your pillows are comfortable, if your sheets are comfortable, that's literally dollars of an investment.
Yeah.
That's not a ton of money, yet someone's gonna wake up and be like, I loved sleeping here. Like, I'm in a good mood now. Like, I love staying here. So it's the little things that
or like
go a long way.
stocking the fridge with just fresh bottles of water and sodas, or like wine and beer. Just little things that may cost you, dollars.
Tens of dollars, $100.
Yeah.
Makes a huge difference.
Are you guys guilty of writing your own reviews sometimes to give it a boost?
Ooh, no, we've never done that. No, we're firm
I would feel like
believers in
very
that.
tempted to be like, oh, the place was amazing. Andrea's awesome.
You know what we do before we're doing a property? We go through bad reviews of all of our competitors. Those are amazing.
It's like our mean tweet segment.
Mako, would you write your own reviews?
I guess I would, to pump up business.
Yeah.
But Andrea is amazing, so I agree with that review.
Thank you, Mako.
All right, guys, so in the show, you'll see it's sometimes necessary to do the job yourself to save a little cash. And these two are getting ready to get their hands dirty, guys. They paint, they cut wood, and they do so much more.
So I asked them if they've had any battle scars from being so involved in the process. Also had to ask about Jordan's recent freak accident while dumpster diving. Take a look.
So I was in a dumpster searching for, remember the FOMO I talked about? So I was searching for a piece of a countertop that we had discussed was non-salvageable, so we threw it in the dumpster.
No.
And then a while, she goes, wait, where did it go? And I'm like, it's in the dumpster. So I went dumpster diving to go find it. I find it, but I lose my footing. And this is real. This is not for TV. I fell back into a board that had nails and just
Oh my God.
right in my butt cheek.
Right in butt cheek.
Oh.
And so being the great fiance she is, she got the sanitizing wipes right away and just
Cleaned you right on up.
cleaned me right up.
That must have been really painful.
It didn't feel good.
It
It was a
yeah.
blunt nail too. It wasn't sharp, which makes it even worse.
Well,
'cause
also you have to be
punctured.
worried. I mean, because if it's a rusty nail,
I had
you
my
could
tetanus shot.
You know
Yeah.
You want to know what's the funniest thing was? We're obviously filming, right? So we have a bunch of crew around, and Jordan, trying to be the man that he is, like, I know this hurt him. He tried to play it off so
Like, I'm
cool.
good.
Like, so
I'm good.
cool.
It's fine. I sat on a nail,
Yeah.
really sharp,
And then I
long
take
nail.
down his little pants, and it's like bruised already and bloody.
Oh no.
He's good now.
Good now.
It's good now. Have you had any bad accidents with nails or anything?
No. I just we all get bruises. You wake. Oh no! Jordan dropped a table on my spine.
Oh.
I have a
Rude.
scar from it. He didn't mean
Okay,
to.
so the Airstream we did had kind of a last-second hitch where we need to make some final adjustments off camera. Actually, this
was at, like,
happened.
midnight.
At like midnight, we're fixing it the day before we reveal it, and I may have let a table fall.
I'm
and
like
it was
down
heavy.
there on my hands and knees trying to paint the baseboards.
It's
and he
dark.
kicked over-
It's late. We're tired.
Anyways, yes.
Yeah.
But you're okay as well.
We all bounce back. We bounce
yeah.
back.
Ooh, dangerous.
It
flipping
is
those houses.
dangerous, fun, and profitable. All right, since we know these two from Bachelor Nation, we had to get their thoughts on this. The Men Tell All episode of The Bachelorette that aired Monday night, which means we're 1 week away from finding out who gets Hannah B's final rose.
Of course, we had to ask JoJo, a former Bachelorette, who she thinks will win Hannah's heart.
I think she's gonna choose Tyler. I liked Peter and I liked Tyler, but I have a feeling she's gonna pick Tyler.
I think Peter. I mean,
think
that's what
Peter?
I'm
See, I
leaning
read
toward.
Twitter, so I want Jed just because I know it's going to be mass chaos
that's
when she finds out
bad.
he had a girlfriend, so I want just drama galore.
There's a lot of drama.
But
that
isn't there drama with Peter too right now? A little bit.
It's not as bad as Jed.
I've heard
I
it's
don't know.
not as bad.
It's hard because like
You never know either.
someone comes out and they say like we were dating, but then
Right.
it's also like maybe he wanted to break up with her anyway. Went on the show.
And this
I
was,
know.
like, a good way for
But
him
the
to-
Jed thing is a lot more dramatic and seems more serious. Like she has receipts.
So that's why you say
I
Jen.
want-
you
That's
want
good.
the
He wants
drama.
Because I want cameras after the filming, like when they're on like the getaways. Like I want that. I want behind the scenes. I want her to just kick him out.
Wait, that's so
Like,
sad. Then Hannah has to deal with that.
Yeah, that's all.
We're not
You're
thinking
right.
about her.
I mean, Hannah's having a very dramatic season, especially with these guys that are coming on with girlfriends and everything. You've been there, you know, the finale's next week. Like,
Yeah.
what is she going through right now, like current time?
The thing is, she's already with or not with whoever she chose. So she's probably just going through a whirlwind of emotions and people's judgment and
That was a tough time.
yeah. So depending on who she chose, like if it was Jed, like I'm sure she's going through some stuff right now. So I mean, either way, you get a lot of positivity, but a lot of negativity. So she's probably dealing with some stuff.
Yeah.
But she seems like she's doing great. Like I follow her on Instagram, and so whatever she's doing, she's doing it
can
well.
handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's-
Last thing on that, I would love to get your opinion on this because there's been a lot of talk about, you know, there's the sex in the windmill thing, and then a lot of slut shaming that kind of came because of that. Luke P talking to her and saying she should not have sex and everything. What is your take on that conversation that's happening right now?
I
Because
don't-
she's getting a lot of flack on
I
social
know.
media.
I don't think anyone should tell you what you can and can't do with your body. And I'm proud of Hannah for saying that publicly. And that's not an easy thing to say on TV. To admit that, to be empowered by it. So I think she's doing well. She's doing everything the way that she believes is her truth, and I stand behind that.
Yeah, well said, JoJo. To see more of JoJo and Jordan, make sure you tune into their show, Cash Pad, tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern on CNBC.
Hannah thought there's no way I'd want to be with her anymore after the last thing she told me, and she's sadly mistaken. This isn't over for me yet. This is my heart we're talking about here.
This is not about your heart. Leave.
Why are you still here?
She said no. How many more no's do you need?
Lay your hands off me.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Just go, Luke. What are you doing? Here to break down Monday night's episode of The Bachelorette is People's writer and reporter Jodi Guglielmi and star of Broadway's Frozen and Bachelor fanatic Patti Murin. Welcome, ladies.
Welcome, ladies.
Let's get into this. So the night started off with Luke P returning. Once again, he has a ring. He wants to get engaged. It's crazy. Patti, what was your reaction?
I was like, I cannot believe this is happening right now. Like, you know, like, no means no. And he was like, well, it doesn't. And you were like, well, yeah, it does. And then he comes back again. You know what I mean? Like, he'd
go
already
means
done
go.
that.
He can't take a hint. He cannot take a hint.
Oh my goodness, he can't even take like a full-on just
I know, I was about to say
I
it,
don't
but-
like you.
They're not even hinting. She's literally like, please leave. And he's like, I'd rather not. When she lifted up that podium to move it,
That is
my God.
iconic.
Baller, right?
Iconic moment.
Iconic. All right, so
my
Luke
God.
had a chance to redeem himself, right, on last night's episode. He sat down with Chris, and he said that he wanted clarity or closure. So I'm really curious to know, Jodi, it seems like we've talked about Luke P more than we've talked about Hannah on this season. Why do you think that he just couldn't give it up? Where does that come from?
I think a lot of it is ego, and Hannah has said we've all seen he struggled with pride. I think he didn't know how to accept the fact that he was being rejected, and so he wanted clarity and closure, but really the clarity and closure is the fact that she doesn't want to be with you.
She broke up with you.
So I don't know really what he was looking for. I think he went in thinking, I'm going to win her back. But then as soon as that clearly wasn't happening, he switched lanes and was like, I need closure.
Yeah, then he, got emotional. He said that he's grown from this experience. Patti, do you think he's grown?
No, absolutely not. Because like literally before that, they were like, "Do you regret anything?" He's like, "No, I don't." You're like, "Well, how does that mean you haven't changed at all?"
Yeah, that's so true. Luke P is like the classic case of toxic masculinity. Like that's
yes.
where it comes from 100%. So the convo got heated, right, when former Bachelorette contestant Devin, when he said he interrupted Luke's conversation with Chris to call BS on his behavior and sort of his treatment towards women. Let's take a look at this moment right here.
Luke, there are two types of men. There are men that want an independent, strong woman, and there are men that want a woman that they can control. I feel right now that you are the man that wants to control a woman so that you can feel better about yourself. And I'm sorry, but that's not a man. That's not a man. And what blows my mind is you're saying that you're on a rescue mission, but it seems that the only person that needed rescuing was Hannah from you.
Oh, I rolled my eyes so hard at that rescue mission. Okay, so Jodi, yeah, right? Cringeworthy. What was your reaction, Jodi, specifically to this moment when Devin called him out like that?
I actually think this was probably the most useful criticism he got because it was more one-on-one. I think when the rest of the guys came out, Luke was probably sitting there like, I'm being attacked, like I'm not even gonna listen. But I'm hoping that maybe the one-on-one of it, maybe some of it seeped in. I don't know, but I mean, I think what he said was true.
Because then all the other men joined in, and it was kind of just down the line. Yeah, we don't like you. You said You might not have really listened to that, but yeah, Patti, what did you think of all the men joining in? And they don't believe that he's changed. What would it take for him to actually prove that he could change?
I mean, I would hope that he would watch it back and perhaps see the error of his everything, his general existence on this show. I would hope that the people that like surround him, his family, his friends, the people that she met that were like, he's really not that bad. He's really not that bad. I would hope that maybe some of them can knock some sense into him.
I was gonna say, I think what actually needs to happen is he needs to sit down with somebody he trusts and loves and who does know him, watch episode for episode, and have them explain why it's wrong in a non-attacking way, because I think Luke gets very defensive.
Yes.
So maybe if it's coming from somebody who he's already comfortable with, maybe
somebody
then
that he respects.
Right. He can kind of understand.
Unless his whole family and
friends think the
are
way.
like that.
Then he's a lost cause.
Right? Well, we never know. Okay, so there was one good Samaritan who kind of stood up for Luke. I think it was Mateo, right? Who said that he could see that pain on Luke's face as everyone was sitting there telling him about him and quote unquote humiliating him on national TV. He argues that that may have been punishment enough. Jodi, do you think this was punishment enough for Luke?
I think maybe. I hope that it's enough for him to kind of take a step back and look at his behavior and say, like, why are these people coming at me this way? I mean, it is hard. On one hand, it sucks to have everybody come at you at once, but on the other hand, you signed up for a television show knowing there's a men tell all.
Yeah.
So you also had it coming in some ways, and he acted the way he did, and he said the things he did.
Yeah.
So,
and it's not like this is the first season of the show. You know what this show is going
know what
to
you're
be.
signing
Once
up
you're a
for.
villain on reality shows, like this will affect your personal life, your professional life. Do you think that is going to affect him, and should it, or should this all stay on the show?
I mean, I would hope that as long as it doesn't like seep into his professional life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't want him to lose his job. I don't want him
You just
to
want
like.
him to have a change of heart and learn.
I want
from
him
his
to
mistakes.
not do this in his next relationship. I want him to have a new outlook on how to treat humans, women specifically. I want him to sort of catch up with the times. Join us in this women empowerment, like raise them up kind of thing. And so I feel like this could be punishment enough if he lets it.
Yeah, and look, it was hard watching him all season, but I think something that was great that came out of this was Hannah B really was empowered. She kind of found herself, even though she was in this toxic thing with him, and she spoke out saying, I will not be shamed for my actions, especially by a man telling me I should not be doing something. How do you think this will affect the Bachelorette moving forward, Patti?
Oh my gosh, I think she has set a new bar. Just how when Rachel was the Bachelorette, she set the new bar, and I feel like this is taking it even to the next level. She's just so strong, and she's so honest and lets herself be so vulnerable, but then when she wants to like lay it down, she does it. Honestly, I think she's the best Bachelorette we've ever had.
The producers knew what they were doing when they first picked Hannah. We were like, oh, I don't know about this. She can barely do a toast.
Yes.
And honestly, she has come full circle, and she's amazing and empowering, and I love her so much.
I think she really knows who she is.
Yeah.
And that is what we're seeing. She is not afraid to say, no, I'm not gonna do this. But then she also isn't afraid to say, hey, I've been through these experiences and I've learned from them and I'm willing to keep learning and keep growing. I think we're seeing somebody who's really secure with themselves, and that's incredible to see.
Beautiful to see that growth happen over a period of time. So Hannah also explains to the audience why she kept Luke around for so long. I think we've all been guilty when we kept the guy who was right
multiple times.
That could be a whole subject. That's a whole subject, right? Yeah. She later apologized to the audience, saying that she was sorry that she kept him around for so long. So Jodi, unpack this moment for us. What do you think of her reasoning for keeping him around for so long?
I think it makes sense, and I think that's kind of exactly what I was talking about, in that she is able to really look inward and find out what's going on with herself and learn from it. She said she was drawn to Luke P because of the attention he was giving her. How many of us have liked guys because they're giving us attention?
Yeah, we're all guilty.
Right.
Guilty.
And so I think it makes perfect sense. I think it is the truth. And I thought it was really brave of her to admit that, to say like, hey, like, you know, part of the reason I kept him is because I was insecure with myself and he was reassuring, he helped give me confidence. And I loved it.
And I love that she said that there could be other people out there in similar situations and they're seeing this, and sometimes you can't really fully understand what you're going through unless you can see it from the outside. So it could actually help some people. So I like that.
Reality show as opposed to like, you know, a scripted TV show.
Yeah.
It's really seeing somebody deal with this.
All right, before we get to our question of the day, next week is finale. What are our predictions going into finale? Who do you think she's going to go with, Patti?
I'm pretty sure that she's probably was about to send Jed home, right? Before that crazy thing happened. So I don't know.
Judy, you seem to disagree.
I think, unfortunately, I'm so sad. I think Jed has this in the bag.
I think so too.
I think this is the Jed show.
I think this show's going to get even more dramatic because Jed had a girlfriend coming in.
I think there's a chance she sends Tyler home.
Yep, that's what I thought.
That would break my heart.
It would break America's heart.
Because I don't feel like she's fully herself with him. It just feels a little awkward. Where I think she's more herself with Peter and with Jed.
But maybe there's stuff we don't see, but you know, away from the cameras, that they have a different chemistry.
Yeah, we don't know how much they grew during the fantasy.
Exactly.
Because she said that was a game changer for their relationship. So we'll see.
Things might be a little bit different. All right, so since we're almost at the end of Hannah's journey, it's been quite the ride. Let's get some predictions on who you guys think could be potentially the next Bachelor.
There's only one option. It's Hot Mike. It's Hot Mike. It has to be Hot Mike. It has to be. He's like perfect. He is so wonderful, and he is like, he's just a stand-up guy, and he's so charming, he's so funny, and he's so good-looking, and like, yep, that's it.
How do you start the petition? Right now.
It's already happening.
It's like, sign your name to it.
Everyone online, she was talking about him, so if they don't go with him, I'm gonna be so upset.
I know, I think really the only way they won't go with him is if Mike doesn't want to do it, but I feel like he would be into it, and he was somebody who I watched, and I was like, I want to know more about you. He seems like he has a story, and like I'm ready for him to tell it,
I know,
and I want to watch him.
All right, before we let you go, we've been asking our viewers who they're most excited to see in our people poll about Bachelor in Paradise. Because that steamy teaser has us all talking. So let's see what you guys are voting. All right, looks like. Wow, people are excited for Hannah G. I'm excited for Demi.
I'm excited for Demi.
Wow,
Hannah G.
That
little trailer for
Hannah. I mean, I like Hannah.
Yeah, I like her too.
But I don't think she's gonna bring the fire like Demi will.
No. I'm also excited to see Blake because it looks like there's some drama with Blake. And
because it seems like he's making out with everybody.
Everybody.
And crying a lot.
I
love when everyone's
He's gonna be
crying.
like the Colton of this Bachelor in Paradise. Just always crying.
Oh yes.
Lots of tears. Jodi and Patti, we have lots of smiles here. Thank you so much for being with us today. Now, guys, we move on to this.
These days, you can catch Caroline Rhea in the family-friendly Disney Channel show, Sydney to the Max.
But way before taking on this new role, we love Caroline as Aunt Hilda on the magical 90s sitcom, Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. So naturally, when we caught up with Caroline, we had to take a walk down memory lane in our game show called Oh Snap! Check it out.
Let's start with this one.
How bad was that outfit? Okay, I was wearing a vest and it was the 90s. This is, okay, you know what else I love? Melissa looks like a young grandmother in this picture.
This was season 1 in 1996.
Oh, I know it because I hated that violin so much and that haircut. I used to get hate mail from people who actually played the violin and they would be like, it's obvious that you are not a real violinist. That's why we blew it up.
And that was back in the day where they actually mailed it to you, right?
What is that terrible outfit?
I like the outfit, though. It's making it come back. It's a matching set.
We all looked like temps. Okay, let's be honest. We all looked like we were at the office. I mean, Melissa is a teenager.
Yeah, I don't know why she's
like a
wearing
young
that.
grandmother. I love Will Ferrell so much. You know, when I was like 9 months pregnant, I made him lay his hands on my tummy to get the good comedy vibe from him.
Oh.
You know who else did that? Elton John. Ooh. I was like, you have to touch my tummy and give my daughter some of that magic. I love Alan Cumming so much. He's just hilarious. You know what I love about him? When he came on my talk show, he dressed his dog up as Audrey Hepburn. That's my favorite memory. He had like a full scarf and it was amazing.
This is you and SJP. What's going on in this photo?
I am going to tell you what is going on.
Tell me.
First of all, we have something called too much cleavage. I got to pick anybody, any American designer. That was the first CFDA Awards.
Oh.
And you're interviewing her, or?
And I'm interviewing her, but we're looking at her purse. And I got to literally pick any American designer to make my dress. But it was so poorly made, and I was like falling out of it at the CFDA Awards. And then she was one of the people who trashed me when I was in People magazine Worst Dressed.
Wait, what did
do
she
you remember what
say?
she said?
Yeah, she said something terrible. I was like, I picked you of all people. I've received many flowers.
All right, so last one.
to
You
the
and
last
your daughter
one.
at the Cinema Society screening of Frozen in New York.
Oh my God, she's just a little bunny then. She was so scared of the monster, and I went with my best friend Christine to this, and we brought our kids. And at the end of it, we were like, oh, I feel bad. That movie is not going to do well. That monster's terrifying.
She is such a good time.
Oh, yeah.
We had a blast. You guys can catch her on a new episode of Sydney to the Max tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on Disney Channel.
Ooh, I do not mind if I do.
Get in line. What, that guy?
Yeah, blue trunks.
I've seen better. Though he does look strong. Like, really strong. Hey, Blue Trunks! Thinking he might be dumb. You don't get lats like that from reading.
Woo! Yes. The fourth season of Veronica Mars surprised everyone when it dropped a week early on Hulu. It's back and it's more adult than ever. Here to break it all down with us is series star Jason Dohring, who plays Logan Eccles. Thanks for being here.
Yes.
Pleasure, thank you.
Yes, congrats on this.
Well, thank you.
Very exciting stuff. All right, so guys, we're gonna talk spoilers and some major twists a little later on. But first, the season surprise dropped it was shocking on Friday. It dropped at Comic-Con and it just shocked everyone everywhere. Did you know that was gonna happen?
Yeah, I mean, really, we had sort of planned it out, but people weren't expecting that we were gonna just release them all at once, and it was interesting because we had a 8-episode mystery, so at the end of one day, a lot of people had already seen it and some hadn't, and there's some big spoilers.
We're gonna discuss that. Let's go back to that first clip though, when you're coming out of the ocean, looking very buff. Did you notch up your training for that? I mean, looking good.
And thank you. Worked hard, and I think what you eat is really important. I don't think people kind of think about that as much.
What do you eat?
Well, my buddy had a book, and he really told me everything that I needed to do in about 15 or 20 minutes. And from then on, I could kind of control, how I looked, and really appreciated his advice on that.
Yeah, do you have any tips for fans who want the Logan Eccles-esque physique?
Oh,
Myself.
Man. Like I said, diet is a huge part of it. Like, I'll have guys in the gym that work out 2-3 hours. They work way harder than me, but they don't eat well, and you just see it. My buddy had a book. It's called Bigger, Leaner, Stronger, and it was just really showed me everything I needed to know about diet and how to follow that, because you don't have to work as hard as you think. I swear.
Really?
I swear
I'm buying that book. I'm on a fitness journey.
Oh, really?
Me and my husband want to look like that. That book is getting purchased.
You're starting now.
I'm starting today.
Good.
All right, so let's talk about this crowdsourced Veronica Mars that happened. The movie happened in 2014. Did you think that it gave too much fan service? Do you think it leaned more towards what the fans wanted?
Oh yeah, I totally do. I mean, obviously, if they financed it, they paid for it. So it was really cool the way that they figured it out. The creator gave, for $1, you could, if you give a $1 donation, you'd get all the behind-the-scenes sort of updates and stuff like that. Yeah. And for $200, you got a signed poster by the entire cast. So we signed 8,000 posters.
Wow!
Yeah,
Were your hands cramped
Oh,
signing all those posters?
Literally 23 hours.
Wow.
Of just signing. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of my wife would turn the page. And
It's like a zombie at that point.
Yeah, but it's so cool. And I talk to fans, and they're like, I have that above my bed. And they have their Veronica Mars Kickstarter T-shirt on, and for $1,000, you got to fly out on the show and be in the movie and have lunch with the cast. So we had people that would stand in high heels for 16 hours and be at a party scene. And when you see background in regular movies, they're making $100 a day, and they're like,
oh yeah, they're miserable.
And our guys were just
best extras ever.
You gotta love that relationship that you
happy.
have with the fans. That's really special.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Totally incredible. I don't think I'll ever get another chance to do something like that.
Do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very special. Now, would you say that with this season going in a more darker, more complex tone of the show, do you think it's an intentional sort of correction from the film?
Well, I think, the film was kind of a they say a love letter to the fans, because they paid for it, so they wanted everything cool about it. And at the same time, our creator, when he did the first 3 shows, he has such a cool vibe about him all by himself. So I think this kind of returns to that, but is also what the fans like as well. You know what I mean? So we don't have to, but there's a lot of good stuff for the fans as well.
We love seeing you back. Obviously love Kristen Bell. She's so wonderful. And you two together have such this great dynamic.
Cool.
What's the biggest difference that you've noticed from working with her 2004 till now?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably the joy is that nothing really has changed, because like I still like appreciate her and I have such a natural affinity for her. So like when I look at her and she smiles, I just feel stuff. It's amazing. Like we started out I started out as the complete antagonist and never was intended to be the love interest. And like 3-4 episodes in, the creators came and they said, we're going to put you guys together. And we were both like, what are you talking about,
Right.
And, they're like, you have to start warming up to her. And I was like, okay. And they're like, I had this scene where I had to like put my hand on her shoulder and say thank you. And I couldn't touch her because I was so used to playing
against
her.
It was in your head.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And we rehearsed once or twice. And then the producer said, you got to touch her, Jay. I'm like, okay, good. So did it, and then we wound up, being together and having this whole romance that was never intended. So it's super organic.
Yeah, she and Dax Shepard have this really fun relationship, but they're
so
always
cute.
pranking each other. Does that carry over into like working on this?
I've heard that, and I've heard that, when like he sees, somebody making out with her or something like that, he's like, get some, like shouting at the TV. I don't know. I just try to be respectful.
He's very supportive.
Get some. I love that. All right, let's switch gears for a second. Let's talk about some of our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills faves. So actually, Lisa Rinna and her husband Harry Hamlin, they worked with you. They played your parents in the show back on in the early years. Now, did you get any were you surprised to see them on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Well, I can't say that I watch it every week, but but they were so sweet in working with them, and he was voted, I think, the sexiest man alive at one point in the actual life, and so coming from that stock, I appreciate that. So.
Yeah.
Did you get any insight into their relationship, or?
I mean, they were on set. They just seemed very, very cool, and he had some cool like energy projects he was working on. I was like, wow, this is very interesting. Like, they're not just. I don't know if it gets into that much in the show, but there was a more complex nature than I may have thought.
We love them. All right,
Yeah,
we want fans to know the next couple of questions are going to touch on something that happens in the final episode. So spoiler alert, I don't want anyone mad. If you have not seen the whole season, just turn away for a second. Okay, Jason, your character seemingly dies in the finale right after getting married to Veronica. How tough was it when you see something like
crazy.
that?
It was so brutal. And I fell apart for about 3 days. And the creator had told me, he laid out everything. He said, you're going to ask her to marry you in the first episode. She's going to say no. And then at the end, she has like this really hard thing that I don't know. I'm getting into this.
You're getting into how much can you tell us? Yeah.
Whatever, we're going to go back.
That's okay. That's all right.
Keep going.
No, it's just super. The way it happens couldn't happen any, I don't know, more emotionally or whatever. Just the way that it goes down. And my character sort of in this role was sort of like always telling her, like, if you're not happy, then go, and I'm willing to take this hit if you want to move on.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so touching to me, like when I was like, that's pretty big, to be able
it takes
to.
a big person to be able to say that.
Well, to see like the growth of that character.
Absolutely, from the bag boy now to being in the relationship, it's like it's really wild.
This was a dream character. I mean, just right out of high school, I got to try everything I learned in acting class. In every single scene, I was trying to like chew it up.
We've grown with you throughout the years. All right, so let's go back to Veronica though. Do you think the character Veronica deserves to get her happy ending?
Oh my gosh, yes, always. And I think growing up in a broken family, like that's in her character, that's something we shared. So I think we had a, that's what made her so hard-boiled and like, not cynical and whatever and not happy. And, we're trying to kind of get through that in our relationship in this iteration of the show and, just trying to get her to enjoy it and go do bigger things and better things and things you're capable of and trying to let her go.
Do you think she'll get one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I really hope so.
I think so.
I sacrificed a lot, so.
The show's creator, Rob Thomas and Kristen Bell, they've said that they would want to do more of Veronica Mars if she has a future boyfriend. So if this was happening, would you want her to be with someone new? Maybe get back with one of her exes, Leo,
boy. I think I'll leave that to Rob, but I think ultimately you just want that person to be happy. I think that's probably true. Like so, whatever that means.
Yeah. All right, time for a little game. You ready?
Okay.
Since Veronica Mars premiered in 2004 and has come back this year for more, we're gonna play more 2004.
Okay.
Get it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll show you something that either started in or was really popular in 2004.
Okay.
And you tell us if you want more of that today and quickly tell us why.
Okay, good.
All right, here we go. Jason, season
look here.
1 and 2 of Paris, you can look right here, Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie's show, The Simple Life. Remember that throwback? It was a huge hit in 2004. Do you want more of The Simple Life?
Well, I actually worked with Paris Hilton, and she was my girlfriend in Veronica Mars in the second episode. And it was during the height of her like heyday, and we would go out to these restaurants, and I'll get to an answer in a second.
Yes.
And she was so famous. She was one of the most famous people in the world.
Remember.
And so we go out to dinner, and this guy came up to her one time, and he's like, oh, he had a couple drinks, and he's like, gosh, you look so much like Paris Hilton. And then she's like, that's because I'm her. Like, wow.
She has a sense of humor.
So I'd say more.
Yeah, I love Paris. She was recently on our show, and she's
really?
the coolest.
Yeah, she was very intelligent. I mean, she's, she plays, she's no dummy for sure.
Yeah. All right, next one. The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King won Best Picture in 2004. Do you want more of The Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I think that came out of nowhere for me, and like when you saw the characters and the mass and the epic story, and I think that's another thing that just was an epic, and I would definitely like more of that.
Yeah. All right. So The Apprentice, starring Donald Trump, premiered in 2004. Would you like a reboot of The Apprentice?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch too much Apprentice, but what do you guys think? Give me a help. Okay, I got it.
Yeah?
No more Apprentice.
All right, The Notebook. The next one, The Notebook, came out in 2004. Would
Yeah.
you want more or a sequel of The Notebook?
Oh yeah. I actually I'm at the gym with the director of this film, and he was so cool. He's a very old school guy, and I was just telling all these dumb stories. But anyway.
No, we love the story.
Cool. But anyway, he's like, I don't use monitors on my set, like like the little things that you can look at the camera. And he's like, I just go up and I get as close as I can without invading their space, and I just listen. And if it's truthful, then I just let it go.
Oh, wow.
I was like, wow, it's beautiful. It really shows. And after seeing you can see her audition online for that movie, fantastic.
Wow, that's a really cool, fun fact.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
more of that.
More of that. All right. Jason, thank you so much for being here.
Cool, thank you.
Enjoyed taking a trip down memory lane. Now, everyone, make sure that you watch season 4 of Veronica Mars, which is streaming in its entirety on Hulu. And if you haven't seen the first 3 seasons, make sure you check those out on Hulu as well.
All right, we're taking one last look at our People poll. We've been asking you who you're most excited to see on Bachelor in Paradise after that steamy teaser.
Let's see.
It's like Hannah G. But
Okay.
Demi's up there.
Demi's up there.
Do you watch Bachelor in Paradise?
No, but I'm Hannah G all the way.
Okay.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So we'll be asking you a new question of the day tomorrow on People Now. So tune in for that.
All right, and coming up tomorrow, it's the powerful Netflix series that's got everyone talking, When They See Us. We're live with one of its stars, Marsha Stephanie Blake.
Plus, Frankie Grande is telling us all about Nickelodeon's new Henry Danger, the musical. He is so much fun. You don't want to miss it.
Got a lot of energy.
Yes, tons of energy. Thank you so much for watching. And for now, we leave you with one last thing from Gina Torres.
Bye,
Have a
guys.
great day.
Hi, I'm Gina Torres, and this is One Last Thing. The last show I binge watched was the last 4 episodes of Game of Thrones. Oh my God. I didn't know if I was gonna get through it. I kept having to sort of stop in the middle of it, but it was unbelievable.
Everything you did brought you where you are now.
My last big splurge, a Tom Ford dress that I absolutely loved and fit like a glove. And I mean, it didn't make any sense to leave that in the store, did it? No. The last song I listened to on repeat, I have to say Shawn Mendes' Señorita.
But every touch is